Hey guys, what's up? RascalRhyan521 here, and welcome to my huge Q&A answer segment 2016. This video, as you guys saw, I announced this about a week ago. Actually, let's see, 6 days to be precise. At the time of filming, it'll probably be about a week or 8 or 9 days by the time I upload it. But 6 days ago, I announced that I was doing this this Q&A. I wanted you guys to leave all your questions down in the comments. Leave as many as you could. And I got a pretty big amount. I want to thank you guys for, looks like 35 comments that I got. 34, I guess, technically, because I think I replied to one of the comments and that kind of counts. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for all of them. I read through them all, and I'm ready to answer them. There's none that I felt were, like, too personal or too inappropriate or whatever. So, let's get started. This video could go on for quite a while. I didn't get quite as many questions as my last Q&A, so I'm not trying to be, like, salty or anything like that. It's like, oh, I didn't get as many questions, thanks, guys. Not like that. No, but I'm saying I didn't get as many as the last one, so it might not be as long as that one. Which is probably a good thing for you guys, because that was a long time to just listen to me drone on and on. So, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started right away. So my first question, also people left questions, and like they left multiple questions, but for every question they left a new comment. So their comments might be scattered throughout, like not all their comments are bunched together. There'll be like one of their questions, and then a couple other people's questions, and then another one of theirs. So I might be, so sorry if I don't answer all your questions in a row, if you're one of the people that did that. So, the first one is from Elijah Geist. He asked, have you seen Independence Day Resurgence? No, I actually have not. I haven't heard great reviews about it, but I'm sure I will check it out once it comes out on cable. I did actually, on the 4th of July, watch the first Independence Day for the first time, and I loved that. It was a lot better than I expected, you know. It's a really, really fun action movie. I'm surprised I haven't seen it before, you know. Hello, boys, I'm back! You know, just some really great parts to it. Really just fun, you know, mindless action movie. Really cool. So, I will go into the new one with open eyes, and is that the term, open eyes, or is it open arms? I think it's open arms. But, yeah, so when I do eventually watch that, I will, yeah, I will, go and do it, not, like, thinking I'm gonna hate it or anything like that. Even though I have heard some negative reviews. Alright, sorry, I got some water right here, in case, you know, I'm doing a lot of talking, might get dehydrated. Next one is from Bailey Langford. What is your favorite movie of all time? This is, wow, loaded question. A lot of, like I said, guys, I've become kind of a huge movie buff in the last few months. There's a lot of movies that I love, a lot of movies I really cherish and consider one of my all-time favorites. I think in terms of my all-time favorite, though, it boils down to two, one more than the other, though. I would say, like, Pulp Fiction has to be, like, my number two, and my number one, even though they're all kind of almost equal to me, if I had to pick one of this trilogy, I would probably pick Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King as my favorite movie of all time. Everything about it, just love the acting, the music, the score, you know, all the shots, the cinematography, like I said, the acting from, like, you know, Sean Astin and oh god, the guy that plays Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen, their acting, I think, shines up above all the others. Even though everybody in the movie does a great job, they're like two of the best performances I've ever seen in any movie. And it's just really, it's a movie I've only seen for the first time about a year ago, about like 3-4 years ago, back in like 2012. Is when I saw the trilogy for the first time, and I remember really liking it, and then rewatching it in 2013, and just, like, falling in love with it. And I just rewatched the trilogy for a third time just this last January, and they still really hold a special place in my heart. And oh, sorry about that voice crack. And I will probably never destroy the Middle-earth mock unless I, like, absolutely have to, unless I'm, like, moving or something and I can't keep it here at my house. Unless that happens, I don't see myself ever tearing down Middle-earth, because it's a mock based off my favorite movies, and pretty much my favorite thing to be nerdy about of all time. You know, I'm a nerd about a lot of things, but Lord of the Rings trumps them all, in my opinion. I just absolutely, everything about Lord of the Rings is just, I love, you know, great trilogy. So yeah, definitely Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, I would say. Next one is from Zeke Sons. What's your next big Lego mock? My next big Lego mock, the only really big mock, because you guys know I strive to I strive to do smaller MOCs on my channel to conserve pieces. I like to make my MOCs like Lego set size. You know, if it was an actual set, it would be about the size of my MOCs. You know, and I strive to do them, like I said, to save pieces and to kind of show that I can represent this scene that I really like without using, you know, too many of my parts. You know, I can represent it, you know, with what little pieces I have. And I gotta say, I think my only big one that I've done recently is on a big gray base plate like this one right here. I just recently did a certain Back to the Future scene from the original Back to the Future, and I really like how that one turned out. I originally did it on a green base plate, and I realized, I'm not really digging this, so I rebuilt it on a gray base plate just last week, and I'm really like, excuse the voice crack, I really like how it turned out. So you guys will probably see that soon. Although whenever I say you'll see that soon, I usually don't even upload it till like a month or two later. So I apologize if it's a while before it gets uploaded, but you guys will be seeing that within the coming months. So look forward to that. Back to the Future MOC. Next question is from Two Shoes. What is your favorite Harry Potter movie and your favorite scene in the movies? My favorite Harry Potter movie, you know, not being a huge Harry Potter fan anymore, there's no denying that they're still great movies. I mean, great cinematography, the CGI in them still looks amazing, the acting by Daniel Radcliffe, and, you know, Rupert Grint and all the, is that his name? Rupert Grint, yeah, pretty sure. You know, and all of them, and, what's her name? Emma Watson, you know, the trio, they're all great. Pretty much everybody, and Gary Oldman, one of my favorite actors of all time, as Sirius Black, kills it. So they're still really good movies, even though I haven't, you know, been as big a fan of them in recent years as I used to be. You know, because I'm kind of into more dark and gritty things, and that's not to say Harry Potter isn't dark and gritty, it's just not, you know, it's a little bit, you know, more lighthearted than Lord of the Rings for sure, so I'm kind of, you know, yeah, I guess that's kind of my reasoning behind why I like Lord of the Rings more. But my favorite Harry Potter movie is either you know, they're all great movies. Some of them are a little bit slow, like Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince. I remember, even back when I was a Harry Potter fan, and like Deathly Hallows Part 1, too. Those three, even when I was a Harry Potter fan, I always thought it's like not like the strongest movies ever. I always thought those ones were a little bit more boring. But I still like them all, but I'd have to say my all-time favorite would either have to be Prisoner of Azkaban or the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And my favorite scene from all of them, I love all the scenes with the Time Turner from the Prisoner of Azkaban, you know, when they're going back in time, Hermione and Harry. I just like time travel stuff. As I said, I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. I really like just time traveling, stuff like that. Or at least in certain things, you know, I don't know if I'd be a big Doctor Who fan, so don't take my word on saying I like time travel stuff to recommend Doctor Who to me, because I don't know if that's really my thing, but, yeah, I thought all those scenes were great. I thought, like, the werewolf fight and everything between Sirius and Lupin was great. And then, in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, I really just like all the battle scenes, the whole, what's the scene? I think Courtyard Apocalypse is the name of the scene, or the name of the soundtrack that accompanies the scene when they're, you know, they're running away from all the destruction and everything, and like that really sad song is playing, you know, with like the trolls like swinging his giant, you know, the giant staff or whatever around, and then the acromantulas are climbing over all the rubble, and then like, you know, the Dementors are coming on the bridge, and Dumbledore's brother uses, and all the other kids use like the Patronus spell to cast them all away so they can go down to the boathouse and everything. I just rewatch that scene on YouTube all the time back in the day because it's just so emotional, and it takes me right back to the movie. And then like when Harry has the realization that Snape was trying to protect him the whole time, I thought that was great too. And then of course the final showdown between Harry and Voldemort, which I think they should have kept it the same as the books and had it be in the Great Hall, but I still think the way they did in the movie is really cool too. So those are definitely some of the better scenes of that movie. It's a great movie, by the way, really good. So that's my answer to that question. Still good movies, I would say. I don't hate Harry Potter. I will acknowledge they are great movies, even though they're not some of my favorites anymore. Hang on one sec. Alright. So next one is from Potato, who I believe is used to be, what's his name, Thresh6. That's his, like, new username for some reason. Do you ever see yourself getting out of Lego? Because I sure didn't, but then I did. Not really. I mean, it's not, I see myself not, in the future, not playing with Legos anymore, because, well, I don't. I stopped playing with Legos, like, back in, like, I think, like, 4th or 5th grade, so, I mean, I can see myself maybe not being as enthusiastic or as interested in them as I was back when I was, like, in 5th grade, but I don't see myself ever really stop collecting them, because even though it's one of those hobbies I've acknowledged, like, I've thought about before, like, it's kind of weird what I do. Like, I collect toys that are made for children. Like, I collect them and I build with them, and it's a weird psychological thing with me. I think about it and I think it's kind of weird. There's no denying that. But I don't see myself, but then I see in pictures of a new set and I still get really happy when I see them, like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I think if I got this excited about something, then there's no way that I'm, that I have doubts about it, or that I don't want to be into it anymore, because if I'm really getting this excited about just pictures of a new set, I'm still very clearly really happy to be part of this hobby. So, I don't see myself getting out of it, but I could see myself maybe losing a little bit of interest in it, maybe when I get older. But I think I will always be a collector. I think, I'm a T-fall now. I was a K-fall, and I could see myself becoming an A-fall later on too. So, no, I do not see myself getting out of Lego. What is your favorite Lego set? Is being asked by Tough Bricks NZ. My favorite Lego set, well, I said before that it was the Battle of Endor, and I wouldn't say that anymore. I would say that's my most nostalgic set. That set, I sold old Mega Bloks, I sold old toys, just because I remember in 2009 when I first saw that came out, I was really pumped to get it, and I ran to the store as soon as I got the $100 that I needed, that I had spent like all summer collecting and saving up for, to buy it, and I was so happy when I finally got it. That's my most nostalgic set, but my favorite Lego set is probably a tie between a few, and that would be the Tower of Orthanc, the Lord of the Rings one. Probably the most fun I've ever had building a set, I would say. Yeah, that one was just really, really cool. I love the design and the build and everything out of that one, and I built that at a really good point in my life, like just a point in my life where I remember just being really happy and just really nostalgic about, that was when I was in 8th grade, and I'm just really nostalgic about that school year, because that was a great year for me. Really, it was. I mean, my YouTube channel was doing pretty good. I think, if I remember, I think that was the year I got my girlfriend too, so it was pretty nice. It was really cool. And then also, probably my other one being the Lego Star Wars, the 2000, I got it in 2013, but the 2011 Millennium Falcon, the one that's very similar to the one that was just released for The Force Awakens, but it's based off of A New Hope. It had like Vader and Ben Kenobi in it, and it had like all the main characters and everything. That set was just really, I love the Falcon so much, and it was just really cool to get that one, I remember buying it just impulsively when I was out at the mall with my friends on my birthday, and I was like, should I get it? I don't know, should I buy it? And I was like, and they were like, yeah, I mean, if you like to, if you want it, yeah, sure, buy it, because they weren't as big into Legos as I was. Like, they used to love Legos at the same way I did, but they're kind of grown out of it, because we were in, well, one of my friends was in a little bit older than me. I think he was in like 11th grade at the time, and another one of my friends was in, he was in 10th grade at the time, and another one of my friends was in 6th grade at the time, yeah, because I was in 7th grade. So, they weren't as big into Legos as I was, and they didn't really care as much, so you're like, yeah, sure, if you want it, go get it, yeah. So I bought it, and I just loved it. I remember building it that summer and just thinking, god, this set is going to look so cool being displayed, and now it's in my Lego room, and I just love it. It's really cool. So that is my favorite Lego set, or those two. Like I said, in terms of nostalgic sets, the Battle of Endor, I got one of my biggest sets ever. My current biggest set is the Ghostbusters Firehouse, so this one is no longer my biggest Lego set, but before I got that, my biggest one was the Imperial Shuttle, the UCS one, $260. I still remember that price. I got that as a gift back in 2012. That was really cool. Other sets I'm nostalgic about, just other sets I've gotten for my birthday. Like my dad's bought me the UCS TIE Fighter for my birthday, the Sopwith Camel UCS set. Usually most of my the Tumbler set too, or actually no, I bought the Tumbler by myself. That's right, never mind. But just some of my other bigger UCS model sets I get for my birthday, and that one those are just more of my nostalgic sets rather than my favorite sets. Next one is from Owen Salmons. He has a couple of questions. Season 6 of The Walking Dead or Season 6 of Game of Thrones? He says that's a really hard choice. Wow, man, it is. Let me take another sip of water. Hang on one sec. So, Season 6 of Game of Thrones or Season 6 of The Walking Dead? Boy, that's really tough. I think, ultimately, Game of Thrones... Okay, this is what I'm going to say. I hear people arguing all the time, which is better, Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead? And, you know, people battle in, like, comment sections about it all the time. And I gotta say, really, I think Game of Thrones is a better show than The Walking Dead. I do. That being said, I think I enjoy The Walking Dead a lot more than I enjoy Game of Thrones. You know, Game of Thrones is a little bit harder to follow. You know, you gotta keep track of a lot of characters, and while it is super enjoyable and a great show, it can get kind of confusing, and very rarely, but sometimes it can get a little boring, especially with Arya. I'm not a big fan of Arya's A Girl with No Name storyline. I'm finally glad, you know, that that's over, and just other things she's done, you know, like, other things, other characters, like, so, like, some of the, it got awesome at the end, but some of the High Sparrow storylines got kind of boring. You know, that wasn't my favorite thing of Season 5. And then Bran's storyline from, like, Season 4 up to almost current point, really, other than the Hold the Door moment. I think Bran's storyline hasn't really had many shining parts. It's just been kind of, you know, he's trying to find the Three-Eyed Raven, and he's really just been looking for that, like, ever since, like, Season 2, so it's gotten a little old, but, it's not, like, terrible. It's not like, oh my god, I want to kill myself, this is so bad. It's just, you know, not as interesting as, say, like, Arya's storyline with the Hound, which was probably, like, one of my favorite storylines of the show, you know, their little camaraderie. You know, but I think when it comes down to when I think about it, I personally think The Walking Dead Season 6 was the best season of The Walking Dead, in my opinion. Game of Thrones Season 6 was a great season, but it wasn't my favorite season of Game of Thrones. My favorite season of Game of Thrones has to be Season 4, man. I mean, you have the God, how many great episodes. We have the children, you know, the Mountain versus the Viper, you know. Elia Martell, I killed her, I raped her, I killed her children, and then I smashed her head in like this, and he, like, crushes his head. Or, yeah, it was so horrific, and that was just a great season. You have, spoiler alert, you know, Tyrion killing Tywin. You just have so many iconic moments. Tyrion's trial. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had. Watching your vicious bastard die gave me more relief than 1,000 lying whores. You know, just so many great speeches that season. It was just amazing. I'd say Game of Thrones Season 4 against Walking Dead Season 6, I might have to choose Game of Thrones there, but because Season 6 of The Walking Dead was my favorite of The Walking Dead, and Season 6 of Game of Thrones wasn't my favorite of Game of Thrones, I gotta go Walking Dead, but only by slightly, because Battle of the Bastards and The Winds of Winter were two of the best episodes of any TV series I've ever seen. Just amazing. Almost like of the quality of, like, Ozymandias from Breaking Bad, for sure. Just incredible quality. Next question, have you played Uncharted? No. Well, I have a little bit. I've played a little bit of Uncharted 3 that I got for free with my PS3 a few years ago. I played a few minutes of it, and then I just kind of dropped it and never really played it again, although I really want to, because I've heard it's a great series, and I've heard this newest game is going to be the last Uncharted game ever, unless they do, like, a spin-off of some sort. So if there's really only 4 games in the franchise, I mean, how long can it really take to play through them? You know, so I might go pick up the first one and then just play all 4 of them through. That might be kind of a fun idea for some time. Favorite new LEGO set? Favorite new LEGO set has got to be, probably, in terms of the ones I've gotten recently, I love the Civil War airport battle. I just think that's a really cool set. I absolutely love. I've built it. I still have to review it. But just with, what's his name? Giant Man, you know, that's such a cool build. I just love it. It's so neat. But yeah, that's a really cool one. And then the Quinjet in that set is awesome too. You get all the cool heroes. If only they would have put Spider-Man in it, that would be like somewhere in like my top 10 favorite sets of all time. If the Civil War Spider-Man figure that's coming in the gasoline truck set would have been in that set, then that set would have just been incredible. Probably, like I said, one of my favorites of all time for sure. Next question is from the Knights of Ren. He asks, have you seen The Godfather? No, I have not. That's actually at the top of my, or somewhere near the top of my must-watch list. That's actually why I've been putting off doing my top 10 movies of all time, or, like I said, it's more likely probably going to be like top 20 or top 30, because I can't just narrow it down to top 10. But yeah, I gotta watch the Godfather trilogy. I've seen similar movies like that. Like, I've seen, obviously I've seen Goodfellas, I've seen Heat, I've seen a lot of the more of the classic gangster movies. The Godfather has just kind of slipped under my radar, and even though it's supposed to be one of the greatest movies of all time, considering it's a trilogy that are each made up of like 3-hour movies, it's like the undertaking the size of watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's crazy, with some in even bigger proportions, actually, I would say. Well, maybe not. The Lord of the Rings might be a little longer, but yeah, so whenever I get around to doing that, I will definitely watch them, and I will hopefully bring me closer to bringing you my top whatever movies of all time. What do you think? Who do you think Rey's parents are from Star Wars: Force Awakens? No idea. I don't know who her mother would be. I don't think I'm pretty sure Mara Jade is the name of. Isn't she like somebody that like Luke hooks up with in the expanded universe? I don't think that's canon anymore though, so I don't know if she'd be part of the story. But I could definitely see Luke being her father, or at least I think there's got to be a connection with that somewhere. I think for sure. But I think so many people are expecting that they might throw a curveball and make it somebody else. So I don't know, I could say Luke at this point, but I don't know. I think Han Solo and Leia, I don't know if that really, I could see them, because it seems like her and Kylo Ren being linked in some way, I could see that happening. But at the same time, Han Solo, when he found her, wasn't really super, distraught when she was captured at Takodana, and he was willing to kick her and Finn right off the ship as soon as he found them. He was like, Chewie, set the course for this, station, and then we'll just drop him off there. Like he didn't really even care, So I don't think he's her father, because he didn't really seem to be like very protective of her. So I like that theory, but I don't know. It's not really something that I think. I could see it. I think it's more likely that Luke is linked with her somehow. And then, do you enjoy the new Battlefront game? I do and I don't. I don't do online gaming because I'm not much of a gamer. You guys know that. I'm not really up to speed. I'm not playing Overwatch. I'm not playing Pokemon Go. I'm not playing all these games that are in right now because I'm just not much of a gamer. I'm seriously still trying to work my way through Red Dead Redemption. That's how behind the times I am with gaming. So, I'm not really much of a gamer. I still play Battlefront 2. I probably play that game more than anything, more than any other games, video games like that come out currently. I think like the last new game I got was Just Cause 3, which I got for my birthday. So, and I actually don't even know if I played it yet. I think I played it once, but I gotta get back into that. But I have played through, Battlefront's single player stuff, because like I said, I don't do multiplayer, and I played through all of it in like an hour, and I had a lot of fun doing it when I was doing it, but it just went too fast, and it's not a game I can really recommend to a lot of people. But that being said, it's not horrible. Like, it's a good game, it just doesn't have a lot to offer. It's not like people are like trashing and saying it's one of the worst games ever. No, it's not even close. Have you seen like Superman 64? It's nowhere near one of the worst games ever made, but it's still, or like, even Pac-Man, or not Pac-Man, I mean the E.T. game from the 80s, the Atari one. You guys ever seen the documentary about that, where they actually try to find them by digging up, they actually like literally go to the New Mexico landfill, and people gather there, and they're like digging up the game cartridges. It's like a whole documentary. It's called like Best Worst Game, or no, that's like Best Worst Game Ever, something like that. But look it up, it's actually a really cool documentary. But no, I haven't, I liked it, but I don't think it's nowhere near like the worst game ever made. And that being said, I don't love it either. I spent like an extra $50, or we did, I didn't really put in the money, my dad did, but we ended up spending an extra $50 on the PS4 we got just to get the game, or just to get the PS4, which is, also, comes with Battlefront, so I don't know if that was worth it, but, I don't recommend buying, or I don't, regret buying it at all, so. I don't think it's horrible, but I don't think it's great either. That's kind of just what I have to say about Battlefront. It's alright, and I still play it every once in a while. I still love playing Beggar's Canyon. That's really fun, like in single player. But it's not like my favorite game ever. Battlefront 2, I think it's a lot better than it. And that game is like my favorite game of all time. I love that one. I've already like name dropped it twice in this video in like 5 minutes. So next question's from Francis Elfring. Oh god, this is one of my friends from school. How's your summer been, dude? I know I can ask you via Facebook, but I'm lazy. You message me on Facebook if you want. It's going pretty good, man. This is, like I said, somebody I know from school. It's going pretty good. Like I said, I did some hiking recently. I went up north. I live in Minnesota, for those of you that don't know. So yeah, I went up north, Lake Superior and whatnot, and I did some hiking. It was pretty high up too, like, yeah, really nice view. But yeah, that's all I can really say about that. We stayed at a cabin and whatnot, so yeah, it was pretty fun. That's pretty much been all I've really been up to. That's not just really sitting around the house or running, or, you know, just kind of getting outside every once in a while, trying to get some exercise. And then I've just been rewatching old movies. So that's pretty much it. That's my summer. Next from Aiden MC. Are you more excited for Star Wars Rogue One or Episode 8? I gotta say, I was more excited for Episode 8. I really was. But then Rogue One came out with the new poster, and they came out with the behind-the-scenes video. I thought we were getting a trailer yesterday, but we weren't, and a lot of people were mad about that. We just got the behind-the-scenes featurette, which was cool, but it wasn't, like, you know, the most exciting thing in the world. But I'm probably more excited for Rogue One, I gotta say, just at the moment. I'm sure once the Rogue One hype dies down, like towards like February, the same time that the Force Awakens hype dies down, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be more excited for Episode 8 then, because we're probably gonna get a trailer around that time too, so that'll be pretty cool. Actually, if you guys, kind of fun fact, I'm gonna take the camera for a sec. I actually even have the new Rogue One poster as my phone background. You can see the one with like the Death Star and everything. That's just really cool. So yeah, I absolutely love this poster. It's really neat with the Death Star in the background and everything. It's just really cool. Let me place this back right where I had it. Center it a little bit more. I'm gonna focus on my sig fig again. Alright, so yeah, it's just really cool. Absolutely love. The hype is real for Rogue One, I gotta say, so that's really cool. So next one is from Tristan Ellioty. What are your upcoming mocks? My upcoming mocks, I have, like I said, I have the Back to the Future mock. I have a few Star Wars Force Awakens mocks. I have a mini mock of Finn versus Traitor. I have Rey meeting Luke on whatever the area, whatever the name of the planet is, the area where they're filming in Ireland. You know, it's kind of meant to be like the new version of Dagobah. So I have a little miniature mock of that, of her like holding out the lightsaber. It's just like a small cliffside mock. If it was a set, it would be like a $10 set. It's not that big. And then I also have a mock of like the X-Wing assault on Starkiller Base, with a few like miniature stud-sized minifigures that I put in. So that'll be pretty cool. I kind of put like I put them like fighting, like dog fighting over the water with the giant laser taken from my First Order rally mock put in there. And then I also put in a little small cliffside on the edge of the base plate with the area with Kylo Ren and Rey battling. And then I put in like a small stormtrooper outpost. It's really cool. I like how it turned out. So you guys will see that soon. I also have I haven't told anybody about this mock and I haven't shown it, but I'm really liking this one. I have a certain mock that I made recently. And it's like a mini mock, but then it also goes along with with another mock. They kind of go hand in hand together. It's like a smaller one that also kind of goes along with like a slightly bigger one. Now they're not terribly huge. They're only, you know, if there were sets, maybe the smaller one would be like $10. The other one would be like maybe like $20 or $30. And I won't say what they are, but I will say that I got inspired to build them after rewatching the Dark Knight trilogy. So stay tuned for that. I really like how they turned out. I think it's really cool. And a lot of building techniques and whatnot, and a lot of designing went into building the both of them, actually. I was going to say the bigger one, but the smaller one too. So stay tuned for those. And then also he asks, what sets are you looking forward to most? I was looking most forward to the Resistance X-Wing fighter. I just got that recently. But other than that, there's not a ton of sets that are coming out in the future that I'm looking forward to. If I really like Rogue One, I'll buy some of the Rogue One sets, so I guess some of those I'm looking forward to. But other than that, there's not really a ton that I can think of that I'm really like pumped to buy. I don't really know what all is coming out. You know, Star Wars, I've only been buying like one set per wave lately. Well, other than the battle packs, I've bought a few battle packs here and there, but not counting those. I've only been buying like one set from each of the Star Wars waves lately. So, but yeah, I can't really think of a ton of new. Sorry about all the voice cracks. If you would ask me a few months ago, I would have said like the Ghostbusters Firehouse, the Battle on Takadana, all those sets that I just got recently are pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, it's not a lot. I was gonna get the Assault on Hoth, but somebody asked a question about that later on, so I'll save that for then. But yeah, I can't really think of any others. I'll let you know later on in the video if one pops in my head. But they're just like mainly some more like Force Awakens sets, maybe just some more smaller sets with Kylo Ren and Rey and Finn, and wanna just you know, BB-8, Poe, just get some of the main characters in like smaller sets. Like when they put like Luke and Ben Kenobi and 3PO and all those guys in a land speeder, so that we can get like all the main characters in a small set. I like to maybe something like that. I'm looking forward to. And then the Iron Bread asks, what about the Lego Muppets do you think that will be cool? I'm not sure if this is a typo or something. I tried to Google this. Apparently, I don't know if by this he means that Lego is doing Muppet themed sets. I think that's cool. I mean, I was never really a huge Muppets fan, but it'd be cool to see like a Kermit the Frog minifigure. That'd be kind of neat. You know, Miss Piggy. I always love the old guys. You know, those guys are kind of cool. The ones that critique movies and stuff like that. They remind me so much of movie critics today that'll just bash on anything that isn't like completely original. You know, like I think there's a lot of movie critics that like pretty sure bashed on Mad Max, or a lot of people. If you read the user reviews of Fury Road on IMDb, like there's a bunch of like 1 stars. Like, God, people are so hard to please when it comes to movies these days. But yeah, crap, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Lego Muppets, sorry. I had to take a drink of water and then I forgot my train of thought for a sec. But yeah, Lego Muppets, if they do sets like that, I don't know if I'll buy any of them, but that's pretty cool actually. They're doing that, kind of appealing to the you know, the older crowd, kind of like how they're doing, I'm pretty sure, are they doing like Gremlins themed Dimension sets? I think that's kind of cool. You know, like they're, like I said, appealing to the adult generation fans of Lego, you know, the AFOLs and whatnot, so that's pretty cool they're doing that, you know. Oh, and then the ET one, too. I might actually even have to buy the ET one. I'm pretty sure that's coming out, isn't there? Is there an ET one? But if there is, I think I'm gonna have to get that one, because I would just want that just for that ET minifigure. That'd be really cool. Let's see. What do we got next? Alright, so this is from Harrison Zeders. Or Ziders. I apologize, dude, if I read your name wrong. He has favorite recreational sport. I like to run. I've done a few races. I've done a 10K and about 5 or 6 5Ks. So running would probably be my favorite recreational sport, as well as hiking, like I said, that I just did recently. So running and hiking, I guess, even though I don't get to do hiking all that often. Career plans. I originally wanted to be an architect, you know, because I thought, oh, Legos, you know, I kind of like designing and building things, and the design process was more fun to me than, you know, like getting to see the completed mock. I like, you know, designing it and you know, trying different techniques and stuff like that. I thought architecture might be a fun technique, or stuff like that, engineering maybe. And then I took engineering technologies in 9th grade, and it was one of the worst classes I've ever taken. I was so bad at it. The teacher didn't help. The teacher was monotone and speaked. Apparently I need to take the English class again. But he spoke, apologies, he spoke in a just kind of monotone voice, you know, he was kind of like talking like this, alright. And he kind of like licked his lips, and he finished all the sentences like, alright, so okay, you know, okay, alright. He finished all the sentences like that. He just spoke in kind of like a really soft, dull voice. It was first hour, you know, it was like the very beginning of the day. I wasn't in the mood to, you know, learn about this at the beginning of the day, you know, like maybe after lunch when I had more energy, I would be more up for it, but just, yeah, very monotone guy. It wasn't the most interesting class, not by a long shot. But yeah, so I don't think architecture is really the career for me. Lately I've been looking into writer, or my dream job, which I know this is never going to happen, but my dream job, if I could choose any job, would be like being like a professional movie critic, because like I said, I love movies, and that'd be really cool. Like something like, you know, some of the more like Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, you know, or even like the ones that do the movie reviews for even the ones that do movie reviews for like newspapers and for like entertainment magazines, stuff like that. Like even if it involves like writing reviews, I'm fine with that too. So anything like that would be like my dream job. But like I said, I know that's not going to happen, or it's a very slim chance that will happen. You know, it's just you know, you gotta You gotta, nobody gets gets to choose their career that easily. That's something that only the really lucky people get to do. Most people are, stuck doing the jobs that not a lot of people want to do, which I don't think I'll end up there. I'm hoping, like I said, something along the lines of like a writer, maybe for like a newspaper or a magazine, or just maybe online column writer, something like that would be another really fun job for me. But who knows? Only time will tell. Kind of a loaded question, so I'm sorry for that. Third question, yes. Do you watch baseball, football, basketball, or hockey? No, sometimes, and no. No, baseball I rarely ever watch. Or whoops, oh, sorry, I just realized I answered. No, it's actually no, yes, no, I don't watch basketball, no. So I don't really watch baseball that often. Football, I only watch the Vikings games. Like I said, I'm Minnesotan, so I watch those sometimes. And then I watch the Super Bowl every single year. I never miss it. And I'm not just one of the people that watches just for the commercials. I actually kind of enjoy watching the game, too. In some cases, actually, even more than the commercials, because lately the commercials haven't been that funny in the past few years. And then basketball doesn't really interest me. And even though I'm from Minnesota, you think I'm a huge hockey fan? Not really. Hockey seems like the least interesting sport of those four, in my opinion. So no, not a big sports guy. It's probably, you really think a guy that has a YouTube channel dedicated to talking about Legos and kids' toys and Star Wars and ranking Star Wars movies really is going to be much of a sports guy? Not really. Like I said, I like to run, but I don't really watch many sports. It's not really my cup of tea. It's not see, and I just use the term my cup of tea. That's even more proof that I'm not a sports guy. So yeah, not really for me, unfortunately, but if you are, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually envy you, because I wish I could be into sports. I probably fit in with more crowds at school. That's not to say I'm a loner, but I don't really fit in with a lot of the jock crowd. If there's any jocks I talk to, it's because I knew them from elementary school, and they liked me back then, and they're fine with me now. So there's no I'm not friends with any of the jocks that I hadn't known from elementary school currently. So, and then he asked favorite cult classic. Oh man, I was gonna look into this one before I did this video. In terms of cult classics, man, what would be a favorite of mine? I suppose Napoleon Dynamite is kind of a cult classic. That's like my all-time favorite comedy. Shaun of the Dead. In terms of comedies, like Shaun of the Dead, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty big cult classic. And then there's even some small horror ones, like the Evil Dead franchise, or American Werewolf in London was one of my dad's all-time favorite movies, and that's a really good one. What was another one that there's another movie my dad really likes that's a cult classic that I really like too. I'm trying to think what it Cool Hand Luke. That was a really good one. So just some of the more, not as well-known movies. If you're wondering what a cult classic is, it's a movie that's not super well-known, but it has a huge fan base. Or it's like a B movie that, it's not that good, but a lot of people like it just because of how dumb and cheesy it is. So movies like that, like I said, Napoleon Dynamite would probably be like my cult classic favorite. I'm trying to think, there's not a ton that I can think of at the top of my head right now, but if I can think of any, I'll let you know. So, and then best animated Pixar movie in your opinion. I can't distinguish Pixar from Disney that often. I'm pretty sure Finding Nemo was a Disney and Pixar collaboration, so I gotta say that one. But if you're talking Disney movies, I gotta go with The Lion King. Those are like the two best animations of all time, in my opinion. Also up there would be apologies for the voice crack. Also up there would be like The Incredibles and the Toy Story trilogy. Just some more of those movies. But I'd say overall, I'm pretty sure, like I said, it was a Disney and Pixar collaboration. I would have to say Finding Nemo for sure. Next up is a question from Sensational Sam. He asked, have you updated your Hobbit mock recently? I have added, it's Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, as you guys know, and I have updated the Battle of Pelennor Fields. I've kind of added a small battle scene in there. I've switched up a little bit. I've built a custom-built Fell Beast and added that in there, so that's pretty cool. And then the Battle of Helm's Deep, I changed it up. As you know, before, I had all my good guys lined up on the wall, and then I had all my orcs kind of lined up as kind of the scene looks before the battle started, whereas now I've kind of had it, I have the wall all exploded and everything, and I have, all the guys charging into battle, and then I have the Riders of Rohan with like Gandalf and Shadowfax riding in. So I've made the battle scenes a little bit better, and maybe just like, you know, switched a few minifigures around, added more, taken more out. I also put a new Mount Doom mock in there, which I did a video of a long time ago and I completely forgot to upload. I just realized. But yeah, I made a new Mount Doom mock, put that in there. Other than that, that's about it. It's pretty much more or less the same. I'd say when I eventually make a few more changes, I will show you guys it updated, because I realize it's been about a year and a half since I did a Middle-earth mock update. That's because not a lot has really changed other than what I just told you guys. So, if you actually give me just one sec, I'm just going to be a little silent for a sec. My charging cord for my camera is right outside the door, and this thing has 10 minutes left, so I'm just going to grab it and plug it in really quick. So I apologize for the quick silence. Alright, so if I just take this thing in here with me. Once again, I apologize, I'm bumping the door and everything. So I'm just going to plug this little guy in right here. There we go. Crap, it's going to pull it to the side a little bit. I'm going to try and straighten it out a little bit, but yeah, I apologize if it's kind of pulling to the side a little bit, guys. It's, like I said, the cord is what is doing that. So, yeah, kind of like that. So, yeah. So, Middle-earth mock update may come in future years. What am I saying? In future months, I might do it if I change enough about it where I feel it warrants an update. So next one is from Aiden MC. What was your favorite LEGO mock of 2016? I just realized I'm going on really long, guys, so I'm going to try and answer these questions quicker. Oh god, voice crack again. Favorite LEGO mock of 2016? Probably the Dark Knight related one that I was just telling you guys about a few minutes ago. Really like how that one turned out. I just like, when I was done building, I just kind of stared at it for a few minutes and just thought, wow, this looks just as good as some of the other ones I've seen people make. Like, I really like how this turned out. So, not to sound conceited at all, but I really do think that one turned out amazing. I really like how it turned out, so I will hopefully show it soon. But other than that, probably my Han Solo death mock. I think that one was pretty cool. Not really much else. Just some of my Force Awakens mocks. My Finn vs. Traitor, I think, looks pretty neat. The Falcon flight on Jakku, I think, was really cool. So, yeah, some of those. Next is from the Iron Bread again. What about the... Oh, never mind. He asked the Muppets question twice. I apologize for that. Next from Max Hope. Favorite movies? As I said, my, like Lord of the Rings trilogy for sure, Pulp Fiction. My top 5, in order from 5 to 1, goes Fight Club, Back to the Future, The Empire Strikes Back, Pulp Fiction, and Lord of the Rings Return of the King. That's like my top 5 right there. Yeah, I know, most of them are like some bigger blockbuster movies. Yeah, I'm kind of, even though I am, a pretty big fan of movies and artsy movies and stuff, I still am a sucker for the more bigger blockbuster movies like Empire and, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. So, favorite superheroes and superhero movies. Favorite superhero, here actually, let me take a quick sip of water. Sorry, my throat's just getting really dry doing this. Oh, my apologies. I just bumped the table as I was putting my water bottle down. Favorite superheroes, gotta be Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Batman are like the really 3 superheroes that if there's a new movie coming out about any of them, I'm for sure going to see it. And of course I like the Avengers a lot too, but there's none, like, other than Iron Man, there's none in the Avengers that like really stand out as like my favorite superheroes. Then the superhero movies, I'm just going to rattle off as many as I can at a time. My 2 favorites have got to be The Dark Knight and Spider-Man 2, for sure. I really like The Avengers, of course. Great film. And then I'm a huge fan of Captain America Civil War. I thought that was excellent. Deadpool, of course, was amazing. Pretty much anything in the MCU, I think is great. At least of the ones I've seen. Let's see, what else is there? I really like the first Spider-Man, I think, is great. And then, don't hate me, Spider-Man 3 I think is great too. I don't understand the hate behind that movie at all. Yeah, Emo Peter's kind of weird, but for the most part, I think that's still a great movie, and I don't think it's worthy of all the hate it gets. I think it's probably just about as good as the first Spider-Man, I gotta say. Amazing Spider-Man 2, I can't really say that many good things about. Amazing Spider-Man's alright, but those aren't definitely not the standouts in the Spider-Man movie, history. And I feel like I'm forgetting. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's probably not Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I meant like Guardians of the Galaxy also is a great movie. But just some like I said, the MCU ones are pretty much all great. Man of Steel is really good. The Dark Knight trilogy, of course. Tim Burton's Batman, the first one. Batman Returns is all right. Batman Forever is okay, and then Batman and Robin is complete trash, horrible movie. But yeah, and then he has favorite movie and TV characters. Favorite movie and TV. Movie and TV characters. I thought he was asking favorite movie and then your favorite TV characters, not like your favorite characters from movies and TV. Okay, I gotcha. So favorite movie and TV characters. I think last time I said Tallahassee from Zombieland is great. There's a lot more that I've liked now. Kaiser Sose from The Usual Suspects. I just painted a figure of him recently that I really like. I think he's great. I'd have to look over all my favorite movies, guys. But like Samwise from The Lord of the Rings, Jules and Vincent from Pulp Fiction, pretty much all the guys from Reservoir Dogs. I love Django from Django Unchained. Like I said, I'm a huge Tarantino fan. Samuel Jackson from Hateful Eight was great. Rhymes. I love Rey from the new Star Wars. I love Han Solo, of course. And then in terms of TV, definitely like Walter White. What's his name? Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly. Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead for sure. Carol and Michonne from The Walking Dead are like two of my favorites. Daryl, of course, too, but I almost don't want to say Daryl because it seems like, it's almost like the cool thing to say that Daryl's your favorite character now. It's almost like the trendy thing. So I tend to, when people ask me who my favorite Walking Dead character is, I tend to shy away from Daryl. Just because, everybody says him. But also, like Jax and Chibs from Sons of Anarchy. Tyrion and Arya from Game of Thrones. Who else is there? What's the other show that I'm really a huge fan of, but I can't... like Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead, and the Evil Dead movies I love. So just, a lot of those kind of characters really like. Next up, a few from Aiden MC. Do you have any brothers or sisters? No, I do not. Only child. Do you have a video posting schedule? I do not. I should get on that. I really should, actually. I just tend to do... In the summertime, I think, maybe 2-3 videos a week. Sometimes on slower weeks, maybe I'll do like one video a week or one and two videos every 2-3 weeks, something like that. But I think during the school year, for the most part, I'm like, alright, as long as I do one video a week, I'm pretty good. Sometimes I'm not as adamant about that, but for the most part, I am. So, and then what is your favorite LEGO set of 2016? I gotta say my favorite LEGO set of 2016 is probably... Like I mentioned earlier, I love the Ghostbusters Firehouse. I think that's a really cool one. And then I love the Civil War airport battle. And then I absolutely love the battle in Takodana. I would say those are like my top three. Probably, the Firehouse one the most because, that's just, it's the biggest LEGO set I've ever gotten. That one's just such a cool set, man. A lot of money spent. I only had to spend, I think, like $200 on it because I had a lot of VIP points saved up, so it was definitely worth the $200 that I got it for sure. Next up is, let's see, wow, we still got a lot of questions here. Alright, so I'm going to try and hurry this up. From Liam Donnelly, we have, what is your opinion on the UCS Attack on Hoth? I think it's great. I think it's a cool set, but I have a lot of the elements that are already in it. I have the giant door from, the 2011 one that's actually sitting right here on the shelf above me that I'm tapping with my hand for some reason. Whoops. So, I have the door, a lot of the elements, just like the trenches and the snow speeder. I've gotten that from other various Hoth sets. And then the Wampa, my friend sold the Wampa to me from his older Wampa cave set. So really all the elements of the set, there's nothing I really need to complete my Hoth scene. So I probably just won't be getting it, even though I really wanted to when I first saw the pictures. Are you excited for the Jurassic Park sets to come out? If there are Jurassic Park sets coming out, I didn't know there were, but if there are, I'm really pumped for them, yeah. I'll have to look that up when I'm done with this video, but I really hope there are. That'd be really neat. And then do you like Star Wars Rebels? Here, let me take another sip of water. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a mess right now. All right. Do you like Star Wars Rebels? Not in particular. I'm sure it gets better as it goes, but I watched the first episode, and it was pretty much just like a rip-off of A New Hope. At least the first episode was. It's pretty much just, you know, like, they run into this one guy, or it's like this one kid who, you know, like the main guy is kind of, you know, just like this kid out on his own, aka kind of like Luke, you know, and he gets, you know, he gets introduced to this wiser Jedi, and then he kind of, you know, joins this little crew on this ship, this crew of smugglers. One of the characters gets kidnapped. They have to go to the main base to save him, and it ends with kind of like a confrontation between, like, with the main Sith and everything, and I don't know, it just kind of seemed very, very reminiscent of just kind of ripping off the plot of A New Hope. I'm sure it gets better as it goes on. Like, I heard that they introduced Captain Rex as, like, an old guy in it, and, like, he has, like, his own customized ATTE, you know, with all the bells and whistles, all the cool weapons on it and everything, and I've seen the Lego set of it, and it's pretty cool. And then I heard that they introduced my least favorite character of the probably of all of Star Wars, Ahsoka. Well, no, she's not bad as Jar Jar, but the least favorite character of the Clone Wars for sure, Ahsoka. I heard they introduced her into it, which, as long as she's not whiny and her voice is a little deeper and she's, you know, a kind of a wise old Jedi, I have no problem with that. But I heard Darth Vader's pretty cool in it. I heard, like, James Earl Jones voices him in it, so that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll have to give it another chance sometime, but you know, that and the Clone Wars I don't see myself getting really into, because the Clone Wars I used to love, but just getting older, it's not really my thing anymore. So, you know, I don't know, maybe, who knows. Wow, this is officially gonna surpass my old video of my longest video ever, because this is already 51 minutes. So, yeah, not sure, but I might get into it someday, but I don't know. How long have you had Legos? I've had them my entire life. I never stopped. It's not a matter of I started collecting at this age. It's just a matter of I have had them since I was a kid, and I never stopped collecting. So, that's my answer to that. What's your biggest Lego set? My biggest Lego set, like I said before, is the Ghostbusters Firehouse. $350, like 5,000 pieces, or like 3,000, 4,000 pieces. So, really, that's my biggest Lego set. Really cool set. Oh, that was asked by Elijah Geist. I should have said that before. Jacob Schooley asked, favorite superhero? Like I said, gotta be Deadpool, Spider-Man, or Batman. Plus, when's the Ghostbusters Firehouse set review coming? I filmed it. Here's the thing. I used to do my video editing on my dad's computer downstairs, but because he only has Windows 7, it's not Windows 10, it's not really letting me open my software down there. It's kind of glitching out. So I decided to just install it on my upstairs computer, which already has Windows 10 installed onto it. And my dad doesn't want to get Windows 7 or Windows 10 on that computer, so, you know, I figured, alright, well, I'll just do my video editing upstairs in my room, which is a lot more convenient for me. But the only problem is I already uploaded my Ghostbusters Firehouse review to that computer. I planned on editing it down there, and then uploading it to YouTube, and then doing the rest of my videos kind of upstairs. But like I said, it's not letting me open, open my software down there. So I'm going to have to just get a USB and import that half-hour long review onto the USB, and then onto my computer upstairs, and then just edit it there. So first I actually have to render the files so they're the correct video format, so that'll take a while, and then I'll just import it, and then I'll edit it on this computer, and then I'll upload it. So that'll probably come soon. That's a project of mine I want to get done soon. Sorry about all the coughing and all the... Man, this video is going to be a pain to edit, having to add in all the music and everything, the background music. Let's see. Who is Aiden MC asks, who's your favorite YouTuber? My favorite YouTuber, I used to say, I think like in my last video I said like Watch Mojo was one of my favorites, but lately I'm not a big fan of them. They've been kind of trading quality for quantity. They think, oh yeah, 5 videos a day is a great idea, and it's really not. Go back to like 1 video a day when I can actually keep track of your videos and I can watch them all. Now I don't even really watch them anymore because I just upload way too many for me to even keep track of, and it just gets annoying. So they used to be one of my favorites, but not as much anymore. I haven't been watching The Brick Show as much lately, just because their video uploading is kind of inconsistent. They used to do like a video every day. Now they do like 2-3 videos a week, which is fine. But then they say, like, like, oh yeah, it's like, they start off reviewing all types of brick brands, and they even said, well, we like them, we like them all, they're all cool. And then for some reason they made some weird switch to, oh yeah, we only do Lego, they're like #1. And then they went back to reviewing all brands, which I don't mind, but it's like, guys, make up your mind. Plus the Brick Show makes a lot of really cool, they make a lot of really cool segments that they do like one episode of, and then they just cancel it. Like Mock Monday about a year ago was a segment they did, which is really cool. They showcase a bunch of mocks, and then the next Monday they they have people vote on them, and then next Monday they like go over the top 5 winners, which was cool. I loved it when they did that. They of course don't do it anymore. They did like 10 of them, and then they stopped. They used to do Brick Show Investments, where they count down the top 10 best-selling sets on like Amazon or on eBay, and they stopped doing that, which I really liked. Just it's very, I don't know, kind of odd the way they do it. I still watch their channel and I still like their videos, but they're really nice guys. It's just they're not very. I wish they were more. They stuck to more of their what they do. I wish they stuck to just keep doing these awesome segments, because I love some of the segments they do. Like I said, the ones I just mentioned were awesome, but they're not very consistent about keeping up with them. So that's kind of, I just answered the question, what are favorite YouTubers do you not watch anymore? So I completely disregarded that question. But my favorite YouTubers currently, the ones I watch the most, I watch a lot of movie fights on Screen Junkies. I watch a lot of Chris Stuckman's reviews, Jeremy Johns. Those are kind of the videos I've been watching the majority of the summer so far. And then I watch some honest trailers every once in a while. In terms of Lego channels, I've kind of switched from the Brick Show to Jang Bricks lately. I think I like his reviews more. Only slightly though. I still like the Brick Show. I don't hate them or anything. They're really nice guys, but I think Jang Bricks gives better opinions, and he's just overall, I think he might be kind of a better channel. He produces more content and everything. Let's see. What are some of the other YouTube channels I watch? Let me actually just... Some of my more recently subscribed people. I watch the Mysterious Mr. Enter. He's pretty funny. He does like rage reviews of stupid episodes of like SpongeBob, like the modern cartoons. Like modern cartoons have gotten really stupid. Well, he does like rage reviews of some of the stupid episodes and whatnot. So that's pretty funny. Joe Santagato is one of my favorites. He just kind of does funny, just random videos every Tuesday. He's a pretty funny guy. Let's see, who else is there? Star Jedi does pretty cool videos. Just looking through some of my more recently subscribed people. Just some movie reviews and whatnot. A lot of those guys. Sometimes I watch Cinema Sins. And then, of course, just some of my YouTube friends and whatnot, too. I watch their videos, of course, support them, leave comments. Legomatic 9 and the Moose Figs, those guys are really cool. So just a lot of videos like that. So, yeah, I'm trying to think, just looking through some of the other ones. Oh, the Budget Jedi, he does, like, action figure. He does, like, Star Wars action figure dioramas, but he uses, like, household materials to make them. That's really cool. Oh, and then probably one of the bigger ones that I watch, I completely forgot to mention, is Trev's Chan, too. He just does very, like, Walking Dead Q&As, where he answers fan questions. He goes over Walking Dead news. One of the biggest channels of that's, like, Walking Dead related on YouTube. Probably the biggest, only behind, like, oh god, what's his name? The other guy, his name is Charlie. I can't think of his channel name. Yeah, I can't think of his channel name, but he also does, like, Walking Dead videos. But other than him, I think Trev's channel is, like, one of the bigger ones. Really cool channel. He seems like a really cool guy, too. So, those are the guys I watch. Besides Deadpool, who's your favorite superhero, Marvel or DC? Roman Minifigure Customs asks. Like I said, Spider-Man for Marvel, and Batman for DC, for sure. Oh, man. Sorry, my throat again. Lemon Cubes asks quite a few questions, and then after this I only have a couple more comments to go through. Yes, do you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube, or have you ever considered learning to solve one? I do not. I have thought about it, though. I do have a Rubik's Cube, and I've tried to solve it before. I've gotten, like, up to, like, 1 or 2 sides totally filled, but after that, I can't really do anything, and I just end up screwing it up, so... I might have to learn, maybe I'll learn how to, though, because I still have one sitting in my desk drawer only a few feet from me right now. Will you do another top 10 movies? Yes, like I said, once I watch a few more movies that are kind of on my bucket list of movies I have to watch. Like I said, The Godfather is one of them, or the trilogy, I guess. So those are some of them. I want to watch some more Stanley Kubrick movies. Like I want to watch some Hitchcock ones too, like Psycho and whatnot. And then for Stanley Kubrick, I want to watch. I want to see 2001: A Space Odyssey. I want to see A Clockwork Orange. Some movies like that. Some more of his classics. So yeah, once I watch some of those more movies that I've always kind of wanted to see, like I said, that are kind of on my bucket list, then I will do a video on my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Or top 20, top 30, whatever. Well, like I said, I don't know how long it'll go to. Will you do another top... Oh, I'm just reading the same question, my bad. Do you like beaches or public pools better? Probably public pools, I think, for sure. Beaches I like, but I'm not a big fan of the sand. I know I sound like Anakin. You know, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. But no, in all honesty, I don't really like how sand sticks to your body when you're all wet and everything, so probably public pools for sure. Would you rather fight Negan or fight Rick? That's a tough one. I feel like if you're talking about TV series, I feel like, you know, Negan isn't as big as isn't as built as comic book Negan is. But I think honestly, probably Rick, just because I feel like, well, I just feel like Rick isn't as buff as Negan in the comics, but in the TV series he probably would be. It's a really tough to say. So if it's like, you know, if we're asking comic book Negan and comic book Rick, then probably Rick. But if we're asking TV series, then probably Negan, I guess. It's hard to tell. As long as he doesn't have Lucille, he ain't gonna crack me over the head, then I'm alright. Fighting either one of them. Well, I'm not alright fighting either one of them, but you know, as long as he's not gonna crack me over the head, then it doesn't really make much of a difference to me. I'm still gonna get the crap beaten out of me, so. And the only difference is if Negan has Lucille with him, then I'm gonna end up dead. So, you know, it's kind of a tough one to choose, but yeah, probably, like I said, comic book series Rick, TV series Negan. And then 5, do you still have a girlfriend? No, I do not. No. That relationship ended about... I knew someone was going to ask this. That relationship ended about... Well, I did that video in March. That relationship ended July that year. Yeah, it was like 15 months, I think, we were going on. Yeah, so it ended in July. So I actually, no, it's not like something I'm really sad about or anything. I'm not like super, you know, like I didn't cry and eat like, you know, ice cream or anything like that. No, it was just... It was at the end of the school year. She moved. She had to switch schools and everything. And we promised we were gonna, you know, try and make it work, you know. And I said goodbye to her on the last day of school, and I said, okay, you sure you wanna, you know, because if you don't think this is gonna work, you know, I said we can, and you really don't think so, then just tell me. And she's like, no, I want to try. And of course, you know, the summer came, and I never even got another text from her. You know, I just figured, alright, well, she decided she doesn't really want to go through with it, which kind of sucked, but, you know, but I didn't want to tell her through text, but I just said, alright, well, I'm guessing you just want this to be over, so, you know, it can be. I didn't say it, like, super, like, mean like that, but I mean, I was kind of like, you know, I went into just saying, I can tell that you don't want this to work out, and you don't think it's going to work out, so, you know, we just kind of ended it, and I haven't talked to her since, but it's not a big deal. You know, I'm still friends with her on Facebook. It's not like she deleted me or anything. It's not really, you know, it's good. It's not really something that I really think about that much anymore. I'm not like, you know, crying about or anything, and it's not like, to those of you that think like, man, dude, that's cool, I can't believe you have a girlfriend, I can't get a girlfriend. It's not like, you know, I'm not very, she wasn't like the captain of the cheerleading team or anything like that. No, she was kind of, not to put her down at all, but she was like, you know, she was a bookworm, she was kind of a teacher's pet, you know, so she was kind of like, she was, you know, very, you know, similar to me, not in that sense, but in the sense that she was kind of, you know, more quiet and more, like, soft-spoken, so it's not like, you know, I was dating a really popular girl or anything like that, no, so it's not like, don't think any higher of me because I've had a girlfriend, you know, it's not really, she was just kind of, you know, pretty average, you know, kind of same with me, we're both pretty average people, so that's kind of the situation. It's not really anything I think about that much anymore. So, yeah, oh, and he says, P.S. I love your videos. So, thanks, man, I really appreciate that. Amazing Bats asks, why did you start YouTube and who inspired you? I started it because I had a lot of Harry Potter mocks that I wanted to show off to the world, a lot of really cool ones. Well, I sound so really conceited. God, they were so cool. No, I'm a lot of just cool mocks that I really wanted to show off, and, yeah, and it was just a lot of fun. I thought, I just saw these videos other people were making, and I thought, okay, yeah, I really want to show mine off. I have some cool ones. I want to get feedback. And first day I did a video, I think I got one comment that was like just really, it was a first comment, I think, and then I got another comment that, the next day that was like an actual comment, and I was like, wow, 2 comments in like 2 days is awesome. So that was really neat. And who inspired me? Just like mainly, other people that did Lego mocks on YouTube, like Harry Potter and Lego. And I remember, and this guy named Death Eater 14, they both did Harry Potter videos, and they just kind of inspired me to do my Lego Harry Potter videos. They were kind of the ones that I really looked up to, I would say. What is your favorite thing to do in your spare time? That was asked by Elvin Destroyer MLG. That's a pretty cool name, dude. My favorite thing to do in my spare time has got to be, like I said, running and watching movies, for sure. I know it sounds like pretty much very generic, basic answer, but I'm not much of a gamer. I build mocks, and I edit videos. I hang out with friends, but not as often. I'm one of those people where I've talked to a lot of people, and I know a lot of people, and I'm kind of popular, like in school. But outside of school is a completely different story. Outside of school, I'm pretty much a loner. I'm not gonna lie, I am. I have a few friends I hang out with, a very small squad of people, you could say. But inside of school, I know a lot of people. I've talked to even some of the more popular people at my school, and I'm pretty, a lot of people know me from my YouTube channel, and they think it's pretty cool and all. And I've had people ask me to give them shout-outs and stuff, which is really neat. I've had people message me, like, to, ask me tips, like, yes, for tips for their channel and stuff, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, outside of school, I'm not very social. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of, antisocial outside of school, I would consider myself. But yeah, that's just how it is. Let's see. James111F1 asks, you should show your full setup, where all your sets are, and the process on building, and where do you keep your bricks. That's basically, my filming is just in my closet, where I've shown you guys my closet before. But maybe I'll do a room tour and a Lego room tour sometime in the future. So definitely look out for that. I would love to do that, actually. I've been promising a Lego room tour for like 2 years now, and I still haven't done it. It's one of those things where I've had my Lego room done for so long, but I just forgot that, I just forgot that I've had it done. It's almost just kind of slipped to the back of my mind that I still haven't done the video on it. So maybe I will sometime in the future. That'd be kind of fun to do. Aiden MC again asks, what is your name? My real name is Tyler, and then my last name is Ryan, kind of as it's spelled in the title. I wouldn't tell you my last name, but it's part of my username anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. You can look me up on Facebook and friend me if you want. I've said that before, because I love talking. I'm friends with a few of my YouTube friends on Facebook, and we just chat Legos and Walking Dead and stuff, and there's like I said, like 3 or 4 people that I know from YouTube that I chat with on Facebook every once in a while, so yeah, if you want to add me, then add me. I'm perfectly fine with that. Amazing Hunter asks, will you ever make a how to build video? Yeah, I could, for sure. You have to be like, just tell me what you want me to do, a how to build video on. Back in 2013, I remember I filmed a video showing how I built my Eye of Sauron mock, or at least how I built the eye part of it, because I thought that was a really cool build. I was really happy how I came up with that back then. I was only 13 at the time. And so yeah, maybe I'll redo that video, or something I've even been thinking about for fun is if I reach 2,000 subs, I might take old video footage from videos that I never uploaded back from 2013, 2012, and maybe upload some of those, kind of like do a compilation of all those older videos that I never, back when, I had my high voice and everything. If you guys want like a nostalgia trip to see, hear my voice again, hear a new video with my voice as high as it was back then. I could upload some of those older clips if you want. If you help me reach 2,000 subs, that might be a good 2,000 sub special video. So I'm only like 400 away. So if you guys could help me out, that'd be really cool. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, I could definitely do more how to build videos. Just let me know what you want to see me build. And then finally, Elijah Geis asked, what movie are you most excited for in 2016? And before I answer that, let me take another sip of water. 2016, I was most excited for, mostly, of course right now, and it's always been since like the beginning of the year for sure, Rogue One. But some of the other ones, Civil War, Finding Dory, I was really excited for. Seen both of them, love both of them. Civil War and Finding Dory. Some of the other ones, I'm sure there's others that I'll end up seeing throughout the year, but those are just the ones that I like know about and I knew were coming out. I knew about Deadpool, but I didn't know if I would love Deadpool as much as I did. You know, I considered seeing it when it first, I considered seeing it when I heard about it, but then I saw the trailer, and then I heard all the great reviews, and I'm like, alright, I gotta see this. I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did. So that one was great. But there's not really many other movies that I can think of that I like, you know, that I'm really pumped for, other than Rogue One, that are coming out soon. I might try and, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll see the new Jason Bourne movie. I've been thinking about going back and watching some of the Bourne movies, because I've never seen them, because the new Jason Bourne looks pretty good, so maybe I'll watch those in preparation for that one. 2017 is a different story. I'm looking forward to a lot of movies then. We got, like, Episode 8, Spider-Man Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I believe there's a new It coming out that year. Just lots of really cool ones to look forward to that year. So, yeah, 2017 is definitely a different story. But anyway, guys, going on an hour and 10 minutes. Cannot thank you enough for watching this entirely long video. If you watch it in many parts, I don't blame you at all if you watch this over a course of, like, 4 viewing times or whatever. I don't mind at all. It's a really long video. I got a lot of questions. I want to go into detail with a lot of them, and I just really cannot thank you guys enough for leaving all these comments. It was really nice, like, because I get, like, maybe 2 or 3 comments on some of my videos, and I think, wow, is anybody even watching this? Does anybody care? But then I get these comments, and I see, oh yeah, people really do care. People actually, watch my videos. Sorry, I just got a new YouTube comment, so I was just, reading it as I was talking. But yeah, no, first a while I was thinking, was people even still watch these videos? And then I saw, wow, I got like 30 comments on just one video. People really do watch, they just don't comment all the time. So it's really reassuring to know that. I really appreciate it, guys. Leave your thoughts, comments, anything you want down in the comments, down below. And I will see you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.